My name's Katie and I'm a travel agent. I specialize in Disney and theme park vacations, and today I'm here at Disney World's Contemporary Resort. This is a deluxe level resort on property and Disney owned at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. And I am here to take you on a tour of the Contemporary Resort and show you everything that this hotel has to offer. Let's go ahead and take a look. Before we dive into the tour, let's take a look at the perks that you get for staying at the Contemporary Resort. First, you get early park entry. This is entry 30 minutes before general guest opening to each of the 4 theme parks every day. Second, extended evening hours access. This is only for deluxe level Disney Resort guests, and this is at select parks on select evenings, up to 2 hours of extra park time at the end of the day. Additionally, you will get early access to purchasing individual lightning lanes every day. Disney Resort guests can purchase them at 7 a.m., while as non-Disney Resort guests have to wait until park opening to purchase them. Additionally, you can take advantage of the complimentary transportation in and around the Walt Disney World Resort, as well as free parking at the resort and theme parks. These are the major perks for staying at the Contemporary Resort. There are some smaller ones as well, and if you work with me as your travel agent, I'll spell all those out for you. A very important element of a Disney World hotel is location. The Contemporary Resort is located in the Magic Kingdom area of Disney World. Zooming in, we can see that it's actually the closest hotel to the Magic Kingdom. It is on the monorail loop of those 3 resorts there, the Grand Floridian and Polynesian being the other 2. Now, the Contemporary herself is made up of 3 distinct areas. At the top, you will see Bay Lake Tower. That's the newest part of the resort, and it is actually considered a separate resort, still on location here at the Contemporary. That is part of Disney's timeshare, the Disney Vacation Club. The Contemporary Tower, which is that iconic A-frame tower, the original part of the hotel, and then the garden wing to the south. The front of all 3 buildings faces the Magic Kingdom. The back of all 3 buildings faces Bay Lake, and they surround the pool complex. The Contemporary Resort is one of the original resorts at Walt Disney World. It opened with the theme park in 1971. It was one of 2 hotels at the time, the other being the Polynesian. The construction of the Contemporary was quite a feat at the time, and you can see pictures and read all about this in the lobby, particularly in the hallway to Steakhouse 71. It was built in a modular fashion, and this is a giant A-frame tower that a monorail goes through. So they had to figure out how to build a building like that. So it was very impressive in 1971 when you walked into the Contemporary and saw this very modern, very contemporary building that had a train going through it. The original idea was that this resort's theming would update as fashions changed from what was fashionable in 1971. That never really happened, and today the hotel very much embraces retro. It is mid-century modern decor with a lot of Disney history infused. This is the place to stay if you're a Disney history buff. This hotel has that sense of history really built into it. And more recently, they've also added, to go along with that mid-century modern theming, rooms that are themed to The Incredibles. Alright, let's start the tour. Now, when you first arrive at the Contemporary Resort, you're going to be dropped off here in the main lobby area on the ground floor of the A-frame tower. And then you are going to walk in, and this is going to be the first floor. This is the lobby. Now, what you might have in your head is not the lobby of this hotel, but the Grand Concourse. That's actually on the 4th floor, and we'll see that in a minute. This is the lobby. So you have the check-in desk there, bell services, a nice little waiting area, and of course you've used your online check-in, so you don't even have to stop at the front desk to get your room assignment, but we've got this cute little area, and up around the corner is Steakhouse 71. We've got some more seating outside of that, and it's very mid-century modern. This has actually been recently redone, so it's very nice in here, colorful, lots of little seating and cute lights. I really enjoy this lobby area, and you've got a little area for kids to sit and watch some TV if you have some business to do at the front desk. All of the artwork here is inspired by Mary Blair, who did the very Disney famous mural in the concourse here, and we'll see that in a minute. But they have taken touches of that mural and put them throughout the resort, which is really nice. We have some elevator banks here, and then if you walk to the other side of the lobby, you can walk out to the pool deck and the lake, and there is a small coffee shop here in the lobby as well. Now if we hop on the escalators and go up one floor, we are first going to get to the ballrooms in the convention center. This is a convention hotel. There's a whole really large convention center. You probably won't need to deal with this or look at this unless you're visiting for a convention. Now going up on the escalator to the 4th floor, this is where the large Grand Canyon concourse is. This is the most iconic part of the Contemporary, and you have that giant mural there. This is where all of the rooms in the A-frame are going to be located, and it is quite the view. You have there a lot of dining options actually on the 4th floor in the concourse. You have sweeping views where you can see Epcot and you can see Magic Kingdom, and the monorail is going to go right through the concourse here. This is where you will pick up the monorail if you're going to utilize that and head over to one of the theme parks or one of the other resorts. This is a really unique hotel just because of the way that it's shaped, and it's very classic Disney World. One half of the 4th floor, when you're actually on it, is going to be gift shops and arcade, and the other half is going to be a lot of the dining options. And then you also have the monorail station located here. Let's head into Fantasia Gifts. This is where you had a lot of general Disney merchandise, lots of toys, all of the fun stuff that you're also going to find in the parks. And yeah, there are 3 gift shops here, and you are certainly not going to be left wanting for shopping opportunities. Right next door is Buena Vista Gifts, and this is the area where you're going to find the gingerbread house if you're visiting during the Christmas season, and then down there is the market. So we'll take a look inside of Buena Vista Gifts first. Buena Vista Gifts is where you're going to find the higher end items like art and jewelry. They had a lot more collectibles and ears and clothing for adults and kids, and this is where you're going to find the resort specific merchandise, so items that you can only buy at the Contemporary Resort, themed to the Contemporary Resort, including some stuff that is Chef Mickey's specific, including plushes. Now the market has more items designed for people that are staying in the timeshare, the DVC properties in the Bay Lake Tower. However, this is great for everyone. There's alcohol, there's some prepackaged foods, there's even some refrigerated food and beverage, even some freezer items, because those staying in a villa with a full kitchen or a suite with a full kitchen, they can utilize those. Then there's some things like sunscreen, over-the-counter medications, deodorant, things that maybe you forgot and need to replenish, as well as a few gift items as well. And right next to the market is the arcade, and it's your standard arcade. I think it's a fairly large arcade. You got some comfy seats there for the parents and all sorts of arcade games. There's also a balcony off of the Grand Canyon Concourse. It's a pretty large balcony, and from portions of it you can see Magic Kingdom and you can see the castle. You can even watch the monorail coming through from here. Now there are seats over in this corner where you can see the castle from, so this is a great place to watch fireworks. They do pump in the music. You're going to see the pyrotechnics. You're not really going to see the projections, so unless you really have a big problem with crowds, I wouldn't recommend this for your only viewing of the fireworks, but it is a really nice option. Get there early because that does get very crowded very quickly. Let's take a look at the rest of the community areas at this resort. So behind the A-frame tower, we have 2 pools as well as a small beach area and the lake and this pool bar. We have the sand bar here where you can get beverages and some quick snacks with a small seating area, and you can bring this all around the pool with you. There are locker rooms located in this area, so if you want to change on your arrival day, that's no problem. And then we go over here to the dock. Now there are several special additional cost options that you can partake while you stay at the Contemporary, or anyone can. You don't have to be staying here. There are boat rentals of several different kinds, including fishing expeditions. And there is a shuttle boat that will take you from this area to the other hotels that are on the lake and Magic Kingdom. There's even a small sandy beach area here where you can relax or play beach volleyball. You cannot go in the water, but it is a nice little beach area. And here's the first of the two pools. This is considered the quiet pool, meaning that they're just not playing music or having activities at that pool. And then this is the feature pool. You've got all sorts of fun spraying stuff. There's a hot tub over here, lots of lounge seating at the other pool as well. And this is where you're gonna find the water slide. So this is a really fun pool area. It's maybe not like the most excitingly themed pool of any pool at Walt Disney World. It's large and I think it's got plenty of features for it to be super fun. And then you have this little splash zone as well. They do lead games and other activities around the pool deck, so check the schedule that will be posted during your stay to see what's going on while you're visiting. There's also this very cute Mickey photo op back here. Here's a look at some of the activities they had going on during our stay. One of the highlights is always movies under the stars, as well as fire pit s'mores, and then they have things like tie-dye that you can pay extra to do. They also have a running trail mark, and there is a full fitness center at this hotel. I just did not get a chance to film it. And next to the A-frame tower is the garden wing. Now this is connected to the A-frame by a covered walkway, but it is a separate building, and that's where you're going to find the garden wing rooms. The interiors of these rooms are the same as the standard rooms in the A-frame, and we're going to see those in a second. The location is just different, and you can't really have a theme park view from this area. So the hallways are interiors, and this is a 3-story building, so you are not in the tall tower that is the A-frame. These rooms typically are at a lower price point, and you still have the Incredibles theming here. One thing to note is that this area is actually, I found, a lot quieter than the A-frame. Because of the big cavernous aspect of the A-frame, it can get kind of loud. Not so loud when you're in your room that I think it's bothersome, but if you're very sensitive to noise or you have kids that are going to be napping, the garden wing is quiet. They have lake-facing rooms and garden-facing rooms, so it's very peaceful back here. And we've talked about Bay Lake Tower, which is the DVC Disney Timeshare, Disney Vacation Club building, connected to the Contemporary. You can't utilize the items in the Bay Lake Tower if you are staying at the Contemporary Resort, unless you are a DVC member, but that building is connected here by a walkway. And you do not have to be a timeshare member or a DVC member to stay at Bay Lake Tower. You can rent these rooms on cash. And they are villas that many of them have multiple bedrooms, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom villas, and they have studio rooms as well. So if you're interested in one of those, I am happy to book that for you too. Hopping back into the A-frame, let's take a look at the rooms at this resort. Now the rooms are going to be the same in the A-frame and in the garden wing. Your view options are going to be different, but the actual interiors of the room are going to be the same. Now here in the A-frame, you do have those hallways that are opening up into the main concourse, and then in the garden wing, you have more of a standard hallway. In addition to the standard rooms here in the A-frame, you also have club level, which is the same room, but you have access to the club lounge, which overlooks Magic Kingdom, great for fireworks viewing. They have light food service throughout the day, and all that's included with your stay in a club level room. Additionally, there are suites here that have multiple bedrooms, and there are club level suites as well. Do have a full in-depth room tour of this room, and I've linked that here. It's a separate video, but let's take a quick look at this room. The room has 2 queen beds, a sofa that pulls out to sleep 1 other person, preferably a child. You have a closet over here with a little beverage station with the Keurig coffee maker, and there is a small mini fridge or beverage cooler, as well as the option for connecting rooms, and then you have a bathroom with a tub shower combination. Now, as I said, the room styles are the same in the A-frame and in the garden wing, but the garden wing rooms, the room rate is significantly lower. So for me, the real selling point of staying in the A-frame is the view option. You have the option for a lake view, which would be at the back of the resort looking out over the pool and Bay Lake, and you have an option for Magic Kingdom view. This is what the Magic Kingdom view looks like, and it's awesome. Now, the exact view is going to differ room from room, but this is basically what you're going to see. You have the option to watch fireworks from your balcony. The sound, like, you can hear the music. It's maybe just not as strong. And as we said, when we were viewing from the 4th floor balcony, you can see the pyrotechnics, but you're not really going to see the projections on the castle. But this is really great for people staying with little ones who are not going to make it all the way to fireworks in the park, or anyone who just feels like they're not going to make it all the way to fireworks in the park. I really, really enjoyed being able to see fireworks from our room. And then in the morning, the view is absolutely gorgeous. You can see all these other resorts. You can see all these modes of transportation. Again, for little kids like transportation, you can see in here the train going around Magic Kingdom. You can see the monorail. You can see the ferry boats going around the lake, and you can see cars pulling in and buses pulling into the resort. So you've got all sorts of modes of transportation. Now, all that being said, these are not the quietest rooms. So if you're looking to sit on your balcony and have absolute peace and quiet, that's not really what's going on with the theme park view room here. You can also see the electrical water pageant, which is a real throwback to Disney's original days in the 70s. But it's fun, it's still presented nightly, and it's just a little light show that goes around the lagoon. Let's talk transportation from this resort. So most iconically, you do have the monorail. The monorail will take you to Magic Kingdom, Epcot, as well as several other resorts that are on the monorail. You also have buses here that will take you to Disney Springs, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. Additionally, there are boats that will take you from here to the Magic Kingdom, as well as to several other resorts. And you can even walk to the Magic Kingdom from the Contemporary. It's about a 5 to 10 minute walk, depending on how fast you walk. So the location at the Contemporary is excellent, especially if you are looking for a Magic Kingdom and Epcot heavy stay. Let's talk food. There's a lot of food offered at this resort. Most famously is probably Chef Mickey's, which is located in the Grand Canyon Concourse on the 4th floor. This is a buffet character meal that includes Mickey and friends dressed in their chef outfits, and it is one of the most boisterous and fun character meals at Disney World. It is perfect, and I recommend it for young kids. This is a super fun character meal. It's got all your yummy American breakfast classics served buffet style. This food is good, but it's not going to be like the highest quality breakfast food you've ever had. But they have Mickey waffles. They've got everything there to please the classic buffet breakfast feel. And Mickey and friends are going to come around to your table and greet you and hug you and take pictures with you during your meal. Again, I really recommend this location. Well, for anyone that's staying at the Contemporary, I do think you should eat here. And they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner here. I happen to dine during breakfast, and lunch and dinner are also served buffet style, classic American food. And I do recommend, if you're staying here, to dine here. But particularly people staying with young kids, this is a great option. And right next to Chef Mickey's, we have the Contempo Cafe, which is the quick service option here. And this has your general, like, American grill menu. This is where you're going to have a little bit of a grab and go area as well with the coolers. And I find that this is a pretty strong quick service restaurant. This is the closest thing you're going to have to a food court at the Contemporary. And there were lots and lots of sweet treat options here. You can see here they've got their bakery case sort of laid out in an example. There are beer and wine options, and then the meal items, the grill items, were being made to order. And they do have mobile pickup here. This is also where you're going to find your refillable mugs at this resort, as well as the station to refill them. Also in the same area in the Grand Canyon Concourse, we have the Outer Rim Bar and Lounge. This is an area to sit, relax, get a drink, enjoy the view, and it's nice to have this at every hotel. Next up, we have Steakhouse 71, which serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and is themed to that classic Disney World 1971 look. They've got these historic pictures here in the walkway, and I really enjoyed this restaurant. We dined here for brunch, and it was delicious. This restaurant is located in the main lobby on the first floor, and there is a bar and lounge as well as the restaurant itself. You can order many of the items off of the menu at the bar and lounge. Now you do need reservations at Steakhouse 71, but not for the bar and lounge. And last but not least, we have California Grill. This is a signature restaurant here at Disney World. It is a fine dining establishment. There is a dress code here as well, and reservations are required, though there is a bar and lounge, and that is first come, first serve for the seating. This is a dinner-only restaurant, and the menu is a fixed price. You get to choose between several options in each of 3 courses, so appetizer, main, and dessert. The focus here is on sushi. They're very well known for their sushi as an appetizer, but they have something to please every palate, and the food is very good here. I really enjoyed everything that we ate. So did my husband. I highly recommend California Grill for the food. Just know that price point going in because it is a bit higher than some other restaurants might be. And a big draw here as well is viewing the fireworks while you dine. Now we happen to get a window seat, but if you don't have that close of a view, or if you're dining earlier, you can go to one of the balconies. There are 2 balconies here, and view the fireworks from there. No matter what time you dine, you have access that day to come back up and view the fireworks from the balconies, and this is located at the top of the A-frame tower. I thoroughly enjoyed my stay at the Contemporary Resort. I loved the room, I loved the view, I loved the food, I loved the transportation ease, and I loved the theming as a big Disney fan, so I would highly recommend this to anyone. I don't think anyone can really go wrong with a stay at the Contemporary, but here's who I think should focus on staying here. Guests who are looking for a more Magic Kingdom focused trip, foodies, because you've got some great food options here, and some access to even more great food options on the monorail. Families with young children, you have that option for viewing the fireworks from your room. You have Chef Mickey's, and you have that proximity to Magic Kingdom, and you have a monorail that you can just push your stroller onto instead of folding it up on a bus, as well as that walking path option to the Magic Kingdom. I also think that Disney history fans are going to love a stay here because the theme is very much the opening and the history of Walt Disney World. Not to mention that this is an iconic Disney World hotel. If you've never stayed here and you're a big Disney World person, I think you owe it to yourself for a little splurge. And what guests should probably look elsewhere? If you are looking for the most budget-friendly option, this is simply not one of them. This is a deluxe level, the highest level of Disney World hotel. You're going to want to look at a moderate or a value resort. Guests who want a stronger theme to their resort. So while there is a theme here at the Contemporary, it's not as felt or as strong or as in-your-face Disney character as those at, say, Art of Animation Resort. So if that is what you're looking for, even if you're traveling with young kids, who we said earlier this would be a great hotel for, but if that sort of theme is what you're looking for, I wouldn't stay here. I'd look to Art of Animation. I'd look to an all-star somewhere else. And lastly, if you are not going to be visiting the Magic Kingdom very often during your trip, if you're focused more on Epcot or you're focusing on Star Wars and Hollywood Studios, I would stay somewhere in the Boardwalk area, not in the Magic Kingdom area. And that's Disney's Contemporary Resort at Walt Disney World. I hope you found this tour informative and interesting, and I hope that you enjoy this hotel. If you'd like to visit Walt Disney World or travel anywhere else, I would love to be your travel agent. And please like and subscribe to this video. Again, I hope you found this helpful and have a magical vacation.